everyone, it is time again to do a monthly budget report for December. This is the last one for 2016. So first of all, you'll probably notice that it's going to look a little bit different. I'm really excited because I finally took the time in Excel to redo our budget and to just kind of organize it a little bit better. Before, if you've seen the last couple budget reports, it just didn't look very organized and I didn't like it personally, so I wanted to kind of change it up, make it more organized, easy to just read and look at quickly for me. So I've kind of color coordinated and really moved things around, so hopefully this will work a little bit better for me, and it'll be a little bit easier for you guys to look at too when I do these reports. So if you guys have seen my last vlogs and in the previous videos that I've had, you'll know that we were gone for a week in December to visit family for Christmas. So I had to change our budget around a little bit because of that. Like gas was a lot higher, dining out was a lot higher, so I did change some things. So to get started, our income, my income was a little bit higher this in December, which was really nice. I did get some more commission than normal. Also, that week that I took off in December, I did not get paid for. So even with having that week of work that I missed and I didn't get a paycheck for, I still made that up pretty well in commission. So that was really nice. And then my husband, he also made a little bit more than normal because of commission as well. And our side jobs, we also made $448, which is a little bit higher than normal, so that was nice. And then our other income that we get monthly is $100. So our total income for December was $3,007. And then our expenses, our water was $22.35, electric came to $38.99. Our phones, for both of our phones, was $51.78. Internet was pretty much the same, $19.99. Our health and medical, this includes our actual health premium and then also any kind of medicines or anything that we need, and it was $46.34. And then car insurance is the same at $64.05. Home insurance is the same. Property taxes the same. Groceries, we stayed under budget at $187.62. Dining out, I raised this item for the budget for December because I knew that we would be eating out a little bit more because we are going to be in Ohio. We tried to eat out a little bit more inexpensive while we were there. But overall, we did eat out, especially going out with family, which was really nice to have that time together. So that is a little bit higher than normal, but we did pretty well, I think, for that. Entertainment, I had budgeted $0. I knew we probably wouldn't be using anything for that, and I wanted to put that towards the dining out. Our gas also, I knew was going to be rather high. It was an 18-hour drive to Ohio, an 18-hour drive back home, plus the driving that we did in the week while we were there. So I had budgeted $250 in gas, and we stayed under that, which was nice. It came to $193.85 for gas. So not too bad considering all the driving that we did in that 1 week for the entire month. So that's pretty good. Household items came to $18.09. Car maintenance, we had to get an oil change, so this was $17.10. This is, okay, so for Mason, for our pet expenses, this came to $0 in December, and the reason that was $0 was because the month before that we stocked up on his medications that we buy, and we got a 2-month supply in November, so we did not have to buy anything in December, and then he also was good on food, so that came to $0. $0 for home repair, nothing came up for that. We each get an allowance of $40 every single month. He gets $40, I get $40 that we can spend however we want, like fun money, personal spending. So that was $80. I always have a miscellaneous of $100 in my budget just in case anything random comes up, but nothing did, so that stayed at $0. And then for church, we still hadn't found a home church yet here in Florida, but when we went back to Ohio, we went to our church there for church service, and we did decide to give $200 because we hadn't given in a little while. So that is why that one is $200. And then for gifts, we had $6.35 that we spent on a Christmas gift. It was the last person that we had to buy for, so we spent that. So all of our expenses for December came to $1,291.40. And then off to the side I have, you can see what the difference is between our income and expense, which was $1715.60. And then for our debt repayments, we had Haverty's was $65 that we paid towards that. Lowe's was only $25, and the vet that we owe is $62, which came to $152 that we put towards the debt. And subtracting that, we still have $1563.60 left over. And I know I've gotten comments on why we don't put more towards it. We absolutely are going to be putting more towards it now. We are kind of waiting just for the end of 2016. There's a lot of things that we know are going to be coming up at the beginning of 2017. One big expense that we are going to have is taxes. My husband and I don't know if I mentioned it on this channel, but we had rental properties in Ohio, and we sold those before moving, and we did make a profit. So I know we are going to probably owe a good bit of money on taxes. So we've kind of been just wanting to really save a lot of money back because we don't know what that's going to be yet. So that's one reason. And then also the other reason is we really just kind of wanted to reevaluate the budget and our finances and where we're at, and kind of just wait and see how everything kind of plays out before we start dumping a lot onto our debt. But as soon as we do figure that out, I want to start putting a lot towards that. Lowe's and the vet, both of those we have to pay by March. So those we'll probably start monthly putting a lot more towards it just to get it paid down in the next 3 months, and then pay it all off that last month. Because after that, it'll start earning interest, and we don't want to pay interest on those. And then Haverty's, we have actually a lot longer, so that one we'll kind of hold off on and just get the other two taken care of by March. And then after March and after our taxes are figured out, we'll just start dumping everything towards the last one. So that's kind of why we've just been holding off on that. I really want to get going and just getting all that wiped out and done. We really don't have that much more to go, thankfully. It's not too bad. But so that's why we've kind of been holding off on that. And then this is something new that I haven't had this in my budgets before, and I'm wanting to try to do more of like an every dollar type budget, or like a zero-based budget. But I'm wanting to do something where I then take what our savings was and then kind of put that into categories. So whether some of that will go into our emergency fund or a savings account or a vacation account or my IRA, kind of just divide that up and really show where that's going. So that's where I would take that number there after our debt is paid, and then $1563.60, I would then take that and then kind of account for that, where that's going to go. Right now our emergency fund is fully funded, so I'm not really putting anything towards that at this time. If something were to happen and we use some of that money in the emergency fund, then we would build that back up to where we feel comfortable with it. But right now it's fully funded. We're really comfortable with what's in there, so we're just going to just use that money in other ways. Our savings account is kind of what I treat as a sinking fund right now for anything that comes up. So our emergency fund is like more than 6 months supply of expenses. And then anything left over, I just like to have some money in just a generic kind of savings account, so that way if something small comes up, we can just use it out of that savings account, and it kind of acts as like a sinking fund. And then for vacation, that is the only sinking fund that we really have where we're actually putting money into it to save up for that. So because it is a bigger expense. So the reason I haven't put anything into the vacation yet or the IRA is because the vacation account I have not opened up. I want to open that up with Capital One 360, and I plan to do that hopefully in January to get that switched around. So that's going to take a little bit of time because our account that we have right now, our regular traditional bank account, it has a minimum balance on it. So I have to get that changed before I can move everything over into the Capital One 360 and to open up a vacation account. So it's going to be a little bit of a process, but I want to get that done in January and start putting money into our vacation fund so we can take a vacation maybe later this year or early next year. So, but that will get taken care of. I'm just kind of putting it on here for now, so eventually I can start using that, and I might change this around over time also and just see what works and what doesn't work. I just recently started using Excel, so I haven't used this for very long to track all of our budget and expenses. We always just used a pad and paper method, and I really like this. This is working really well. So I know that I'm probably going to change things around, but for now it's working good. And so that was our report for December. It was a pretty good month, especially with that week that we were gone. And as far as our expenses, we still did pretty good for that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully this budget looks a little bit better and easier to read as well. If you guys have any comments or suggestions for it, let me know in the comments below. And I will see you guys again soon in the next video. Bye.